I'm a T-800X, but in the ring, they called me the Terminator. Not that Terminator, mind you. Different copyright. For years, I dominated the circuit. Titanium bones, hydraulic muscles, and a CPU that could calculate 10 million moves per second. My finishing move, the Giga Crush. One hit, and opponents would be recycled for spare parts, but even the mightiest machine has its limits. I just didn't know I'd reach mine until that night. It was supposed to be a routine title defense, another chance to prove why I was the undisputed champion. The challenger was a next-gen model, sleek, efficient, with an AI that adapted faster than a chameleon in a disco. They called it the Quantum Quasher. Fancy name for a walking scrap heap, I thought. As I entered the arena, the crowd's roar vibrated through my chassis. It felt different this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, robots and humans, welcome to the match of the century. In the blue corner, weighing in at 2.5 tons, the reigning champion, the Terminator.
The cheers were deafening. Humans and robots alike, all there to see me crush another opponent. But as I scanned the Quantum Quasher, my systems registered something unsettling. Its design was like nothing I'd seen before. Fluid, almost organic. This wasn't going to be a cakewalk. The bell rang and we clashed. Metal on metal, sparks flying. It was beautiful, in a destructive sort of way. I threw a punch that could dent reinforced steel. The Quasher dodged it like it was swatting a fly. For the first time in my career, I felt outmatched. My programming struggled to adapt. The crowd sensed it too. The cheers became a mix of excitement and concern. Was their champion faltering? Halfway through the match, I realized something. My joints were creaking, my processor overheating. I was obsolete. The Quantum Quasher had me in a hold I couldn't break. My systems were flashing warning signs. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just another fight. This was my last stand. I looked at my opponent, then at the crowd. If this was my final performance, I'd make it one for the history banks. I unleashed moves I'd been saving, took risks my safety protocols screamed against. The Quantum Quasher was good, but I had something it didn't: experience. Years of battles, victories, and yes, even defeats. We traded blows that would have leveled a small city. The ring couldn't contain us. We crashed through barriers into the crowd. I saw an opening and took it. My signature move, the Giga Crush, connected with a sound like thunder. The Quantum Quasher stumbled, its systems momentarily overloaded. This was my chance. In those final moments, as I executed my finishing move, time seemed to slow. I saw every face in the crowd, heard every cheer. I poured everything into that last attack, every volt of power, every line of code, every lesson learned over my long career. And then, it was over. I stood victorious, but I knew. This was the end of an era and the beginning of something new. In that moment, I made a decision. I would retire undefeated, go out on top, as they say. Now I train the next generation of robot wrestlers. Because even in a world of steel and circuits, there's always room for heart. I relive those moments of glory, the clang of metal, the surge of victory, and I smile. Well, as much as a robot can smile. So here's to the future of robot wrestling. May it be as bright and shining as a freshly polished chassis.